They could be in here, but it's running out pretty quick. Yep. Oh, I always had him. Damn. Good fish. Oh, but we know they're in it. I didn't want to get wet if they weren't here. Damn. That slammed it. Could have been a half decent fish. There's a good 500 yards to this canal. The council workers behind us must think I'm a crazy dude, but I was very close to getting that fish. I'll get out in a minute, but I just had to make sure there was a fish here. Ooh, whack. Yep, on. Ah. I need to put a blade on. There's a drain there. There's one. Ah, down again. Little guys. Oh, whack. Little guys again. Yeah, got it. Had him. Okay. Won't be doing this for long. I'll be switching to a blade, I think. The reason I went for the gulp was for the hook, for the blade was for the hook up. The way they were whacking it, but they're on plastic, so I've just got to re-rig the hook and change the bait in a way that they'll take it. It's probably too wet to film. So this is what we want. We want this. Running water. See, I'm sort of almost, that's only my fourth cast. I'm ready to take it off. It's got to be fishy. Turn you off and change lures. And change lures. I took the camera off my head and went the woman line here. Whoa! I got myself a bream. A nice bream. Look at that. Oh, I don't think I'll be changing lures now. Straight out of a Sydney drain. Little fatty. Just come here, mate. Yeah, I just thought, I think it was my fourth or fifth cast. Come here. Hey, hey, hey. And I just thought, wait, mate, I'll get this out of your thing. Should have it on. I'll put it on my head for a sec. Here's a little fat chunky thing. Alright, I'll start again. Yeah, I just said to the camera I'm going to turn you off and turn you off and change lures. Then I'd hook up the slack on my line, and this guy was in there. Now, there's the road, there's the park. Basically these drains, they're feeding, they're swimming up these drains and feeding in what drops in there, like little cockroaches and things. But I missed a good one like that in my car, and I'm spewing because it's just so cool catching one out of your car. Anyway, we got one, let's get another one. Too wet to film, but I'm going to go up the top here to where the drain ends, and I'm going to cast this blade under the road. Oops, unless I get snagged. Oh, Aaron. Only snag in the world. Get it. Yeah, I'm going to cast the blade under the road. We'll see if I can get a brim right up in the middle of Sydney under a road. May be affected by sewage overflow. No swimming, no fishing, no dogs. But there's a pipe there, look at that. Oh yeah. I get a hit with this blade, I'm going to go back to the goal. They got to be... Oh, that stinks. That's... Whoa. That is raw sewage coming out of there. The sign isn't lying. Come on, Sydney Water, get your act together. Oh, whack. That was one. Come on, get your act together, Sydney Water. You got wild fish swimming in your shit. Alright, we'll get one, we'll get one. Get under this road. That was a good whack, I don't know how I missed him. Got back on because I just know there's fish here. Well, I just missed one with the blade, but they don't want it. I might try a red blade after this, but look at that stuff spewing out of there. I don't want to go down there. It stinks. That is rank. It's just too wet to film, guys. I'm going to fish my way back. Oh, see all that bait fish rise. Last cast, and I'm working my way down. Jeez, that stinks. That's just, and it's only just started running. Normally that drink brings the fish crazy, but that is poo. That's what it is. It's poo, and they're letting it into our stormwater. And there's a sign just there. This area may be affected by sewage overflow. I mean, it's 2021, guys. What the hell? Sewage overflow. This canal was full of brim, and all of a sudden the poo starts flowing and the fish get going. It sucks. Anyone of those people that work in Sydney Water, just keep reminding them about their sewage issues. We'll get it better, eh? Not unless you fix your sewage issues, mate. You know, you're seeing me getting the wax out of the car. There's that many fish in this drain. I walked up there, and as soon as that sewage started running, I've fished all the way back here with a gulp, not a single bite. They're just swimming out, they can't handle the sewage. They're all back out in the river now. They can't handle the sewage. And you know what? It's bloody cruelty to animals. Because they're drawn up here for the stuff that's washed in with the stormwater, the cockroaches and crickets and bugs and food and shit. Draws them up here like a magnet. And then the bait fish attract bigger predators as a food chain comes up here. And then they go out, swim out into the ocean and move into other systems and people eat them. It is cruelty to our wildlife what they're doing, because it's not just here, it's all our waterways. All our waterways. They're letting sewage overflow with rain events. It has to stop. I haven't had a single bite from there back to here. I had half a dozen bites just sitting in the car. As soon as that sewage started to overflow, everything just disappeared. See, everything that runs into our drains goes straight into our river. So that's our stormwater solution. There's a pipe there. It's all running into the river. When they mix the sewage with it, we have an issue. And let's just start pushing Sydney Water to fix these problems. It'll be a better world for all of us. Here we are, I'm at the top end of Eastern Creek. That's the freeway just there. Probably won't pick up on the camera, but you can see the dirty water running out of Eastern Creek. And then this is Breakfast Creek up here. I do come up here to fish this area when it floods because of the colour change, like this clearer water. But I've come up here to show you something. It's not much of a fishing video, this is more just a, gotta get it off my chest. See that there? That's a sewage overflow, right? It's actually in the creek level of water. Sewage, that's full of sewage. Now that pipe was built, it was only built in 2017 or around then. It runs straight through here and it fills up and fills up and fills up and then it blows. One day it blew and there was tampons hanging in the trees over there. Well, that's raw sewage that overflows out of the Quaker Seal treatment works. To me, it's cruelty to animals. I mean, normally I come up in a flood, this is clear water, it's all grass, there's no clay, so this is a clear water creek here, running into a clay creek. This is where the fish come up for a refuge. They're drawn up here with the fresh water. Then you get the chemical and sewage, raw sewage that comes out of here, and I mean tampons, toilet paper, you name it, it shoots out of there. The fish can't handle it. They get these chemical sores and ulcers. It slowly kills them. And then the worst bit is, in normal conditions, every day this treatment works lets go fresh water, and the fresh water itself draws the fish up. Then when they stop flowing the fresh water, the levels drop, and what's left is the hulls, and then the hulls they're all toxic. The hulls are toxic, and they're not from the 70s and 60s, they're toxic from now, from what goes out of this. So the fish are stuck in these toxic holes, and then they get the chemical burn and they die. And it happens over and over and over because they keep getting drawn into the system. I used to walk around spots like this in these conditions and you'd hear the bass chopping in all of this. How do they live in this stuff? Development issues, there's accelerated stormwater issues, and then there's this sewage issue. This is cruel. It's cruel to animals, and it's sort of, it's a bit cruel to me too, because it's doing my head in. Mentally I can't handle this because I can't understand why we got a treatment works that was built prior to 2000. We've had tenfold of a population boom in Sydney over the last 20 years. And what have they done in the last couple of years? They built an overflow pipe. They deny tidal flushing, but that's what happens. It's every creek in Sydney has raw sewage running down it right now. This is when the fish migrate. This is when they move. They roll up all the back eddies. And you can see the life. There's movement around like gudgeons and things. See there? Just cruel. When this shit blows, all these animals die. The wildlife can't cope with it. There's a whole list of issues that need to be addressed. Like, I mean, look at the coral trees. 5 years ago, coral trees were at Riverston. Now they're here at Quakers Hill. Nothing's been addressed. Nothing ever will be addressed. But this raw sewage, this is one thing that we can fix. We can boost the economy, clean up our treatment works, create trades for Australians. It's a win-win-win. I don't understand why we have to have a third world, like I'm talking third world, a third world sewage system in one of the most populated, or the most populated part of Australia. We're doing this to our waterways. I don't understand it. I really don't. When Sydney Water come and built that just a few years ago, prior to that, someone come in here one night and all that land just there has got about a foot of asbestos on it, right through to my ute. They just put asbestos tape around it and built a road around here and built it down there. The asbestos is still on the ground. The sewage overflow's been built, and now from a crystal clear creek that used to be where the fish went when it flooded, now we have this mud bowl. But every magnificent fish that comes up here ends up with some sort of cancer on it. And it's just wrong. And it's not just here, it's the whole of Sydney. Hawkesbury Shire, I know that this is going on. Penrith Shire, I know this is going on. They seem to just allow it to happen. They don't seem to care. It just really bugs me. Doesn't have to be like this. Like bass in a flood should be in places like this, but this drain runs straight into a housing estate. Some of the best bass fishing you can get is floods because they migrate. And when they and you don't fish like I'm doing now. You sight and sound fish for them. You hear them. You hear them chopping. They get up into these spots where they can't live normally, and they have a ball. So there's no current here because it's a back eddy. Trouble is, too much pollution in there. I know because I'm an avid bass fisherman. It's the bass are like my little babies. It's the whole entire migration. You know, this place used to be riddled in kingfisher birds. The animals that are missing, the bass aren't in the systems. There's a problem with the systems. I blame Sydney Water for the problems in our systems. They can fix this. Council elections are on at the moment around here. I don't know if it's everywhere, but it's here on the Hawkesbury. You go in the vote, you got all those knobheads sitting out there trying to jam pamphlets down your throat. Ask them what their environmental policies are for the area, and I bet you'll get no return answer by any of them. They'll dribble a bit, but they don't. None of them have got any form of. The Hawkesbury Shire doesn't have any intentions of cleaning up the waterways. You remember, guys, birds eat fish, and if those fish are too toxic for us, I'll just leave the camera there. If those fish are too toxic for us to eat, they're too toxic for the birds to eat. So if the fish are getting toxins that are killing them, and the birds are eating them, the birds are getting toxins that are killing them. It's a pretty sad state of affairs, if you ask me. It's not just one fish that's being cruel to. All of Sydney's native fish that are suffering. The consequence of that is all of Sydney's migrational wildlife is suffering. Lizards eat fish, snakes eat fish. You know, you just can't keep doing this.